Xin chào tất cả mọi người. Thì sau đây là video mà mình sẽ luyện tập về cái bài đọc đó là My Mom Story. My mom could be at all my sporting events. Let's say I was born, okay? My mom could be on the sidelines, and when the play on the field started going on great. And when the play on the field started going on great, my mother, my mother could run along and Mark, get out. I'd be like, oh my gosh. I get so hard with the guys. They go, Mark, is that the mother? I go, no, I never saw her before in my life. See, the great gift my mother has gave me. She believed in me. I've overdosed on drugs on 3 occasions where I should be dead. But I believe I was capable of addiction. You showed me your friends, I will show you the future. How do I know this? I hung out with losers and became the biggest loser of them all because I gave up everything. I dreamt about it. I dreamt. I dreamt about ice. I dreamt about ice little boy because of who I chose to surround myself with. My friends dragged me home at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. We'd be drunk and high, laughing in the car. We pulled in front of my house and they go, Mark, the lights on. We pulled in front of my house and they go, Mark, the lights on. I go, oh man, my mother's son. My mom couldn't go to bed until she knew her son was alive. My mom couldn't go to bed until she knew her son was still alive. Still alive. I walked in, she said, how was the night? I walked in, she said, hi Mark, how was the night? Hi Mark, how was the night? It goes good mom, I'm just gonna go to bed. Can I talk to you? She said, can I talk to you for a minute? I go, Mom, I'm tired. I'm just gonna go to bed. She said, I haven't seen you all day and all night. Can I please talk to you? You all day and all night. Can I please talk to you? I said, man, you leave me alone. You blocked me. I slammed my bedroom door on the one person who believed in me. On the one person who believed in me. I was on a worldwide tour. We were wrestling overseas in Japan. I was on worldwide tour who wrestling overseas in Japan. I overseas in Japan. After my wrestling match, I upstairs to my hotel room and I fell asleep. After my wrestling match, I went upstairs to my hotel room and I fell asleep. And there was a knock on my door at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I got up bed and I looked through the safety window and I can see he was a Japanese promoter. So I opened the door and he said, Mark, you need to go home. There's been an emergency. I went back to the hotel room phone. I called back to the United States and said, hey, what's going on? He said, Mark, I don't know how to tell you this. I said, just tell me what happened. He started crying. Mark, I can't tell you. I said, just say it. He said, Mark, your mother died. I threw the phone down. I ran out of my hotel room. I took the elevator to the lobby when the door opened up. When the doors opened up, I just ran out into the street. I mean, there was no car, there was no people. It was 3 o'clock in the morning, and I walked down the middle. I walked down in the middle of the street in Hiroshima, Japan. And I remember looking up and just saying, Mom, I am so sorry. I flew home for the funeral and I was so nervous to wake up to her casket. so I just took her in the back. I kept looking from the distance. I kept thinking to myself, Mom, please, Gregor, please get out. And then I finally got the nerve, and then I finally got the nerve to walk up to her, and as I got closer, I could see my mom for the first time. I mean, she was so beautiful. She was dressed in white. I mean, she looked like an angel. And I just looked over. I said, Mom, you are my hero. Everything I am, everything I hope to be was because of you. You love me so much. You kept me alive. You are the only one that ever believed in me. How did I repay her? By getting wrong, by getting high, by getting sweet, by hang out with losers. For what? All she ever wanted to do is talk to me. Was talk to me. All she ever wanted to do was talk to me. All she ever want, all she ever wants, all she would ever want to do was to talk to me. How did I repay her? How did I repay her? All she ever wanted to do was talk to me. All she ever wanted to do was to talk to me. I wish I could. I wish I could talk to you now, Mom. I wish you. I wish you could see what I'm doing. Why could I have? Why did I have? Why couldn't I have been a better son? We are defined by our choice. If you, but if you surround yourself with people involved in drugs and alcohol and abuse, it's a dead end. I'm not here to bitch to you. I'm here to tell you I lived that life. It leads to broken hearts, broken relationships, broken dreams, and death. And death. For what? To get high? If you have a mother or father, when you go home, tell them how much you love them. If you have a mother or father, when you go home, tell them how much you love them. See, my whole life was being rich and famous. I had to be a millionaire. I had to win a race. I had to win the race. For I had to win the race at the expense of my marriage, for families, for my friends, for what? To get high. See, my whole life was about being rich and famous. I had to be a millionaire. I had to win the race. I had to win the race as the best for my marriage, my family, my friends. For what? To be all alone in the world. I learned what is truly important, and that is how precious that gift of life is, and our families, and how quickly it could be taken away. See, I no longer See, I no longer live in time. I live in moments. See, it's not what is in your pocket that matters. It's what in your heart that truly matters. Love is a word until somebody comes along and gives it meaning. Joy is the meaning.